welcome back to Royalty Soap. So today I'm going to be making a watermelon soap, and it does not have a high top on it. So the last two soaps that I made also didn't have high top. So this is the final one for the September restock that is happening on September 15th and going live at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this is the last one with no high tops, and all the ones after that totally will. So this is going to be done in 3 different layers. I'm going to have 2 different greens on the bottom. That's kind of going to look like the outside of the watermelon. Then I'm probably going to do a layer of white in between the green and the red, because there's normally, like, you know, the white of the rind. And then we'll do the red, and I will be putting little poppy seeds in there, which obviously aren't as big as watermelon seeds, but I don't think we want any exfoliation as big as a watermelon seed. That would be pretty scratchy. So the first thing I have to do is pour the lye water solution into the oils. So I'm just going to pour that right down here. And since I am doing a soap with no frosting on top, I am mixing up 130 ounces of oils instead of 120. I'm gonna mix this up real quick. I brought the soap to light trace now. So the first bit that I'm pouring off are the 2 greens. One of them is going to be much darker than the other one. And then on this second one here, I'm going to be putting in some titanium dioxide. So it'll be a very light colored green. And then this one over here is going to be the darker one. Most varieties of watermelons actually, you know, are kind of like more than one color on the outside. They kind of have like a variation stripe between light green and dark green. There are some melons that are all like one color, but it's more common to see them kind of stripey looking. So I'm going to add my little bit of titanium dioxide here into this one, just a touch. I'm going to mix this up now with the stick blender. I've mixed these up quite well, but I can still see that there is some lingering colorant on the bottoms and on the sides. So I'm just going to mix this up like this. And as you can probably see, just from when I've mixed it up, the greens are starting to turn that deep forest green like they often do. And they won't stay that way, but that is what they look like when initially that colorant mixes with the soap batter. The fragrance oil I am using today is Watermelon Mania from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So I'm going to add a little bit of that into these, and then we're going to go ahead and pour them in the molds before we mix up any other colors with their fragrances. Okay, you guys, so I read lots of good reviews for this fragrance, and I'm really regretting buying it because it is a really bad ricer. You can see it's getting really thick. I've had to stick blend it really hard. I really doubt I'm going to be able to get all of this into the mold. It's going to be a disaster, but it's still going to smell really good. Oh, gee whiz. This is so disappointing. Well, this is going to be one of the ugliest soaps I've ever made. You guys, I was working with this at room temperature. This was not too hot. Just look at it. Who on earth would recommend this fragrance for cold processed soap? I don't understand. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with this. I think what I'm gonna do is just mix up that white color that was gonna go next, not put any fragrance oil in it, just so that all these little loose pieces are kind of stuck in the soap, as it were. I'm gonna mix that up and pour it on top, and then the top part we're gonna try to make look a little better. Okay, so here's the white all mixed up. I'm just gonna pour it across the top. Like I said, just trying to lock in all those little loose pieces down there. This may or may not even work. I'm not sure. It's an experiment for me now. Just gonna move this all over, make sure it traps everything down there. So now I'm gonna try to wipe down the sides of any of that green sticky stuff that might have gotten stuck there. So we definitely don't want that on the sides. I've wiped down as much as I cared to. I'm not investing too much more time in this soap. And so now I'm going to mix up the color in the bigger batch. And the colors I'm using are Watermelon Punch and Raspberry Red, and those are from Nurture. I've mixed up all of my red here. Here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to pour this in small sections, like just mix up maybe this much batter with the fragrance oil and not stick blend it, and see if I can get this to work. Okay, so I've blended it up with just my spatula. It has curdled a little bit, but it's not nearly as thick as it was when I tried to stick blend all that little bit out. Okay, so I'm just gonna bounce this down. Okay. That's certainly better. It's not ideal, but it is better. So I personally would not recommend this fragrance, but if you already have it and you had planned on, you know, using it in something else, you already have the fragrance oil, just make sure you don't stick blend it. That will be the death of your beautiful soap batch. This is just getting thicker and thicker as I'm going along. I'm trying to smash it in pretty good as I continue to mix it, but it's definitely thicker as you let it sit. So once you mix in that fragrance oil, you have to pour and pour quick. And here's my last little bit I'm pouring on the top. I'm gonna try to texture it real quick for fun. I don't know if even I'll have time to do that, but we're gonna try. We're gonna put a little glitter because glitter helps everything. And then we're just gonna let it sit for about 24 to 48 hours, and I'm not showing you a close-up. I am back the next day to cut this soap. I think I should be given an award for the world's most beautiful soap creation. This is one that I am truly proud of. I will say, however, that I am grateful that it actually did turn into soap. It turned into soap on a stick, but it was moldable, and I am able to actually cut some bars out of it. So I'm gonna take my multi-bar cutter here. This is from Nurture Soap Supplies. Woo! That was rough for this thing to cut. I did cut some of these bars yesterday, and they were a lot easier to cut then because everything was still relatively warm. So when you pull it out, ta-da! Now doesn't that just scream watermelon at you? Lucky for me, it still smells really good. So while it looks absolutely atrocious, it still definitely smells like watermelon. Kind of like a Jolly Rancher watermelon. And I remembered the other day that I had a flopped watermelon soap that I had to hot process whenever I was working in my last little workshop that I had. I remembered that I used a watermelon fragrance oil, and I'm gonna have to go and look and see what that was, because I'm gonna be really disappointed in myself if it's the exact same fragrance oil and I totally just forgot that it was a bad one. So whenever you have bars that look kind of jaggedy on the bottom or on the sides, and I do this to all of my soaps anyway just to make them look kind of nice, I'll take my potato peeler here and I will just gently, well, let's see, I don't really want to get this in the cracks. I will just take my little potato peeler and go down the sides, kind of clean those up a little bit, just like this, and there we go. So that makes the bar look a lot more cleaned up and professional. And like I said, you can do that on all of your bars. That's what I do every time. Do you have a question of the day for us, Mr. Carson?
The question of the day is, would you rather live without internet, or would you rather live without heating and air conditioning?
Oh man, that is a no-brainer for me. Internet, bye-bye internet. Heating and AC. AC is necessary in Texas. You have to have it.
Well,
no, you'd rather have the internet?
yeah, I'm a lot more tolerable of temperature than you are.
No way. Maybe it's just because I'm, you know, big fat roly-poly pregnant right now. But the idea of doing pregnancy with no AC is just not anything I'm interested in. So if you would like to vote in this poll, then you can click the I in the upper right-hand corner of this screen. And tell us, would you rather go without AC and heating, or would you rather go without the internet? I will be really interested to see what people say, because I know that there's a lot of people who really, really love their AC and their heating units depending on where they live, but pretty much everyone loves the internet. So you guys let me know. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope, honestly, that this has given some newbie soap makers, makes them feel good about themselves, because I get quite a few comments of people saying, I did my first soap batch, it didn't turn out the way I wanted, it didn't look very good. Well, here we go. You know, I've been doing this for, almost 6 years now, and I still have batches that don't turn out perfect, that don't turn out super pretty, and that is okay. So you are in good company. And until next time, I hope you guys have an absolutely royal day, and bye for now.